Amarillo, Texas, home of the Cadillac Ranch and the famous 72-ounce steak. It's not really a place known for its thriving art scene. In 1987, the Places Rated Almanac ranked 343 metropolitan areas in the U.S. based on their art production. Amarillo received a ranking of 256, slightly higher than San Angelo's, but a full 69 places below that of Lubbock, Texas. The image of Amarillo as merely a pit stop on I-40, alongside this low ranking, create a stigma that Amarillo must fight if it wants to be recognized for its art, as well as its Western heritage. I spoke to several leaders in the Amarillo art community to find out what they are doing to fight this stigma. First, I visited the Amarillo Symphony to speak to Executive Director Susan White. She told me that one of the main focuses for the symphony right now is attracting younger audiences. A large part of this lies in advertising, but their symphony has also taken steps to make the concert experience more engaging. For instance, one of their shows included a digital presentation and a theatrical performance to complement the score. This adaptation is part of Amarillo's strategy to make the arts accessible to more people. Part and parcel with attracting larger audiences is offering a wide range of events at varying prices. I headed over to Amarillo College's theater department to find out more.
A lot of people that won't come to theater because they think, oh, that's not for me, that's for somebody else. You have to be rich or whatever, and that's not true. There's a huge price range of tickets in the different groups that are producing shows, and I think people would be pleasantly surprised if they come see shows that they might get hooked.
Because of the tireless efforts from the art community, the number of cultural attractions in the area has grown.
Who would think that we would have an opera and a ballet and a theater and a symphony and a chamber music and the second largest state museum with Panhandle Plains, Quarter Horse Museum, Kawati Indians. We have an Amarillo Youth Choir. I mean, we're very fortunate to have what we have, and we have people that are excellent. The people that run these arts groups are qualified professionals that know exactly what they're doing. They know their audience. They talk to each other, and that's how they come up with the ideas of getting that younger group involved and lowering the ticket price. And because that's the future.
Next, I paid a visit to the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce to find out what the city is doing to support the arts.
We're kind of an advocate for all the arts groups here in town. And by that I mean we help promote them with different projects that we do. We give financial assistance to the arts to help them promote their activities. So that also in essence helps promote their events. We also have our own website, so if tourists or people that live in town want to know what's going on in the arts, all they have to do is look up on the website, and that kind of tells them what's going on.
Of course, none of this would be possible without funding.
You say that the Amarillo Art Society, they're funded primarily by donors and by the revenue from tourists.
Well, they have their membership drives, which they do. They have sponsors, which sponsor their concerts or their exhibits. They write a lot of grants. They get a lot of foundation money. They get money from us, which is a portion of the motel bed tax. And then, just the individual ticket, the season ticket holders. So that's basically where I think they get a lot of their money. And then, of course, their advertising. I mean, that's the name of the game. We also do what we call a Golden Nail Awards. It's a gala in the spring, and it's held at the Civic Center. And it is a pretty nice little event that recognizes individuals and foundations and businesses for their financial assistance, in-kind assistance, or volunteer efforts to the fine arts. So it's just a nice way to get all the arts groups in one room and say thank you to their donors. Because without grants and without, donors, the arts probably wouldn't exist.
While donations are important, nothing is quite as valuable as the individual groups who find new ways to bring art into the area. One group who is doing just that is St. Andrew's Episcopal Church. When a fire destroyed their original building in 1996, the church was left without an organ. The search began for a new one. Forgotten in the basement of the University of Texas in Austin, the landmark instrument for the Aeolian Skinner Organ Company was found by the parishioners of St. Andrew's, who decided to purchase the 6,000-pipe organ for their new building. This world-class instrument has attracted many world-class musicians to the Amarillo-based church and inspired St. Andrew's to host several concerts throughout the year for the community.
This is the roster of everyone that played the organ while it was at UT Austin. And it has practically every famous name in the organ world of the last century, since 1942. And so when it came here, I started it for this organ. Mm-hmm. And so in this organ, we have everyone who ever played the organ sign. This is Richard Elliott, who's from the Mormon Tabernacle. Paul Jacobs, who's head of Juilliard. So it's just Peter Conti, who's the curator of the Wanamaker Brain Chord Organ in Philadelphia. Vladimir Koshuba, who is from the Ukraine. Russell Schultz, who was at the Seminary of the Southwest and now lives in Germany. So it's sort of a who's who of the international organ world.
Amarillo's art scene has been overlooked in previous years, but with more people in town supporting the arts, the number of cultural pursuits is on the rise.
We have a very active arts community. For our size, we really do. A lot of people that move here that are, just recently moved here, or a company when ADC is trying to bring a business here or attract a new industry, they're always amazed at the size of our arts that we have here in Amarillo. So it's really just, I love promoting the arts.
Mm-hmm. So do you know any statistics or anything, like where do we measure up in terms of cities of our size in arts production?
Well, I don't have a figure for that, but I did do some research on cities just kind of around here, like Lubbock and San Angelo and around in there. Mm-hmm. And I was amazed. We have a lot more to offer. I mean, but I don't have statistics or anything. Now, I'm not going to say, Texas Tech and Lubbock, has their fine arts departments, and they do have a symphony and they do have a ballet, and so I'm not going to criticize any cities around us, but we have quite a bit more. We have a chamber music, we have, like I said, an opera, we have a ballet, a symphony, we have a little theater, and we've just got, I'm prejudiced obviously, and I don't have statistics, but we really do have a very, very active arts community, and just from doing the research, we have a lot more to offer than some of the surrounding areas.
In 2007, the Places Rated Almanac again rated U.S. cities in terms of art production. San Angelo had improved its score by 1 place. Lubbock moved up 58 places, and Amarillo improved by 109 places. Judging by the rate of growth, in the 6 years between the publication of those scores and the filming of this documentary, it is highly likely that Amarillo has moved up the 19 places that it needed in order to outstrip Lubbock in art production. As you can see, Amarillo is gradually gaining a reputation for the arts, and will continue to do so as long as the community makes art a priority.
Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. Everything